William Samoei Ruto says clearly, categorically, that without him, there would have been no Jubilee government. That without him, Uhuru Kenyatta would not have become president in 2013. He says it is wrong for anybody to deny him the credit due to Jubilee government, especially in the first term, 2013-2017. Today I want us to look at this, to look at the politics and to look at whether it is true. And if it is true, what can we read from it? But before that, again, let me thank our viewers, subscribers, and followers who continue to send in videos. We have said, send in your video, tell us why you think Raila will be president, why Ruto will not be president, why Ruto will be president, why Raila will not be president. Say anything you want to say, be as objective as you think we are not, be as critical as you think we are wanting and lacking, except that use appropriate language. We thank those who have done so far. Continue to send at Herman Manyora 22 at gmail.com. Those who want to write, who feel they don't want to do video, they want to write, we have an opportunity for you to do so using Nairobi Review. Nairobi Review is a website media house, nairobireview.africa. You can get it, check out on the internet. You can send your articles to Nairobi Review, opinion articles, via Nairobi Review Limited at gmail.com. Nairobi Review Limited at gmail.com. Send your opinion articles. If you want to check out how it's doing, www.nairobireview.africa. Now back to William Samoei Ruto. Ruto says without him, Uhuru would not have been president. How true is that? It is true that together they were able to win the presidency. Whichever way you define the word win. But they landed at State House in 2013. So it is true that he made Uhuru become president. But perhaps he's conveniently also forgetting that Uhuru could easily have taken Musalia Mudavadi and the two of them would have perhaps won the election, maybe a little more comfortably. In 2017, the same, there was talk that Uhuru was going to abandon Ruto. Supposing he had abandoned Ruto and began to work with Raila as early as that 2017. Again, so whereas it is true, it's not entirely true that there was no other option. That was just one of the options that Uhuru Kenyatta had. He had other options. But nevertheless, you, William Ruto, contributed towards making Uhuru the president.
And I want to tell our friends, the Jubilee government was a joint project between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. And I want to tell them, you cannot deny me as deputy president the credit we have achieved in the many things we have achieved as a government. It is not going to happen, my friends. Kama ni mpango ya mabarabara, mimi niliketi kwa meza tukipanga mambo ya mabarabara. Kama ni mpango ya stima, mimi niliketi chini tukapanga mambo ya stima. Kama ni mambo ya TTI, mimi niliketi chini tukapanga mambo ya TTI. Kama ni mambo ya elimu, tulipanga chini tukapanga hiyo mambo pamoja. Sasa yale mambo yamefaulu, hauwezi kuniondoa katika mambo yaliyofaulu. Kama singekuweko, serikali ya Jubilee haingetengenezwa. Let us face the truth. Sijui kama tunaelewana. So anybody imagining that they can deny me the credit for the things we did that succeeded in Jubilee are wasting their time. I made an equal contribution to the success of the Jubilee administration.
How about the Jubilee achievements? That they are denying William Ruto the credit That will be wrong, because William Samoei Ruto was part of the Jubilee government in 2013. And whatever Jubilee did that is good, as we celebrate Jubilee and Uhuru Kenyatta, we must celebrate William Samoei Ruto. But equally, and I think this is where William Samoei Ruto is forgetting, we will also not forget the challenges you faced. We shall also not forget the corruption, mega corruption, unimaginable corruption, 2013-2017, which you must also be part of. So yes, get credit for what Jubilee did, and there's much to celebrate, but equally, get your share of blame together with Uhuru Kenyatta for all the ills, especially corruption, that you took us through. But there's also another angle. When William Samoei Ruto says 2018 to date Uhuru has done nothing, Uhuru has abandoned the big four, Uhuru has abandoned the dream, he has concentrated on the handshake, on the BBI, on changing the constitution, on giving people positions, that is dangerous. It means if Uhuru has not been able to do anything in the second term, which of course we know is not true, but it is also means, William Samoei Ruto, that what was achieved in the first term was achieved by William Ruto, not Uhuru Kenyatta. That's the message you are sending. To say that there was something in the first term to celebrate, achievement, you name many things, including the last mile, putting people on power, without mentioning the fake transformers, the scandals involving the polls, and so on and so forth. But if you are saying the credit for 2013-2017 is due to you, then it equally means that only you worked. More seriously, it means if Uhuru has been unable to achieve anything when you are not with him, it means not only were you the one who did what was done in the first term, that Uhuru is a useless person. That's the message, that's the interpretation, that's the English. I mean, you don't need to be an expert in anything. It's just logical. The logic is, if Uhuru has been unable to do anything, because you are not there, it means, one, you are the one who did the things that were done in the first term. Secondly, that Uhuru is a useless person. He couldn't do anything. Now without you, look, he's doing nothing. We know that's not true, but that is what is there. I must now turn to the issue of Deputy President. I think there's a big confusion here. Because the way William Ruto is putting it as if we had a co-presidency. We do not have a co-presidency. We only have one president at a time. One president at a time. This must be clear to Kenyans. We only have one governor. We don't have a co-governorship. One governor in a county and one president in a country. So we must try, let me try to break this thing down for you, my dear viewer. Our independence constitution that we repealed in 2010 to usher in the new constitution had an arrangement where a vice president would step in the event there is a vacancy in the office of the presidency. A vacancy may occur through impeachment. A vacancy may occur through death. A vacancy may occur through resignation. A vacancy may occur through incapacity. You can be medically unfit, mentally unfit, and when the processes are exhausted that you are unfit, then somebody must step in. Our repealed constitution gave the vice president made the vice president acting for 90 days, during which time another election for president would be held. Get this very clearly. In fact, is the genesis of the change the constitution movement of 1976, where people like Kihika Kimani, the father to Senator Susan Kihika, Paul Ngei from Ukambani, and others ganged up to try and change the constitution so that Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, who was then vice president, does not succeed Kenyatta for 90 days pending an election. In the words of the late Paul Ngei says, forget about 90 days. Give me even for a day. Nobody can take it from me. Therefore, we must change so that nobody succeeds the president. We hold an election immediately. Now, you can now see where sometimes countries find themselves. And that's why I think, borrowing from the American Constitution, Kenyans decided we want to be in a situation where if there is an abrupt vacancy in the office of the president or the governor, there must be somebody to step in without subjecting the country to the intrigue that will happen. You saw in Tanzania, there was automatic succession, but already there were people talking of trying to do something different. Now you can imagine the possibility of chaos. If we have, like the old constitution stating, there will be 90 days. You can see the games that can come into play. So we decided, let's go like the Americans. Automatically somebody succeeds. Now, this is where now Kenyans must get correct. When you run for president, we ask you, because if something happened to you and you vacated office, there is somebody you will have nominated who will step in. We want to see that person. We know we love you. But supposing something happened to you because you are a human being, we want to see the person who can take over from you. That is what the role of the running mate is. Somebody we are electing you knowing, apart from on top of you being good, you have given us somebody who, in the event something happened to you, he will step in. And therefore, Ruto and deputy governors, you must know you are like a spare tire. Mguu spare ya gari, gurudumu spare, tunaitanga mguu sisi. You cannot put on a spare tire when the other four are running. It is something, in the event something happens, there is a vacancy in the office of the president, you step in. Vacancy in the office of the governor. That's why you see deputy governors missing it by a wide margin. They miss it so badly. You cannot ask for responsibilities. None. There is none. And the constitution gives you none, the deputy president. You will assist the president, but the main assignment, you are a spare tire in the event you get a flat, a puncture. You go back to the boot or wherever your spare is and put it on. That is the role of a deputy president, a deputy governor. And the Kenyans must get it right. That you are not a co-governor. You are not a co-president, please, for heaven's sake. And therefore, much as you may help the president win an election, the candidate, because of the arithmetics, you come from some part, he comes from the other part, and the two of you joining forces with a few friends from other corners of the country, you can win the president. Never ever lose sight of the fact you are a spare tire. You are not a co-president. That is what is disturbing people like William Ruto. And I want to finish by saying this. Number one consideration for a deputy president is loyalty. Loyalty, number one. Loyalty, number two. Loyalty, number three. If you are willing to be somebody's deputy governor, I have refused twice, including this time now, the third time. Some people approach me to be running mate. How? I can't. I know why. Not that I won't be loyal, but I know who I am and the people who are asking me to be. If you are accepting to be running mate and eventually deputy governor, deputy president, you must know nothing surpasses loyalty. You must be loyal to the president. The moment that point reaches that you are no longer loyal, it's no longer tenable for the two of you to work together. That the conflict between you cannot be contained within State House, within the boardroom, within Harambee House. That the difference between you on serious issues will have to spill into the public. This is 2022. We are holding elections. Do not allow yourself to be running mate to somebody running for governor. Do not accept to be a presidential running mate if you know you will not be loyal to the president. It's not a co-presidency. No. If you know there will be a difference, be prepared to know also that when the red line is crossed, such as Ruto crossed long time ago, you can only resign. That is where this country must go. We must show our children that there is hygiene and there's honor in politics. That you can disagree with somebody, but quietly sort out your differences. But the moment the differences are so enormous, so huge, that they get out in the public, you have to resign. Yes, William Samoei Ruto, you are the spare wheel of the car wheel Uhuru Kenyatta is driving. When you become president, William Samoei Ruto, if you become president, the person you will choose as your running mate, eventual deputy president, will have to be loyal to you. And he will have to operate knowing he's a spare tire in the boot. Loyal and a spare tire in the boot. All these things written about power. Rule number one, I think, do not go beyond your boss. And for that reason, August this year may prove to Ruto that those of us who are saying he was wrong were right.